Alright, these roster reviews are becoming quite a thing for me now. This is now my fourth one. This actually is Alfie's dad, I guess. He requested that I review his father's account, so I only have to say this. I hope that his dad's okay with this. I don't mean like from the perspective of like, oh, check with your parents. I just mean, maybe he doesn't want like his account on blast like this on the internet. So, I mean, don't come at me. It was your son. He asked for this. But anyways, I hear that he's, relatively advanced. He says that my dad's account is way better than mine. He's got 3 GLs, yada, yada, yada. So, we'll see. Right off the gate, I mean, you can see his Grand Arena is Erodium 5. So, I don't remember which way this goes. Is 1 the best or is 5 the best? I think 1 is the best, right? So, he kind of just cracked Erodium, but, that's starting to get up higher because the only thing after Erodium is Kyber. And also right here, you can see he has a Relic 8 Kylo, which, great choice. Kylo's a good GL, and Relic 8 makes sense, he's pretty good at Relic 7, so putting him to Relic 8 ain't gonna hurt. The funny part is, the rest of his squad is exactly like mine, just the basic Relic 5, Relic 5, Relic 5. But, whatever. I never worked on them either, because they really don't matter. They die right away. It's Kylo that matters. He survives while all his goons are all dead around him anyways, so who cares if they're Relic 7, 8, 9? Like, they're gonna die quickly anyways. The only thing I would change here, which I don't know if my strategy is correct or not, but what I always do is I have the same exact lineup when I use this team, except instead of Stormtrooper, I use Sith Trooper. Sith Trooper can hit pretty hard. He also has his support move, which is, semi-decent. So, yeah, that's the only thing I do. I figure Kylo Unmasked is my tank. I don't really need 2 tanks. I don't know if it's much to say to actually change it, though, because I have seen this roster quite a bit where they put 2 tanks, and I always think maybe that's the right way. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. But that's just my 2 cents. As far as fleet, you look to be about on point with where I'm at. You're rank 51. I have this same squad, and I'm sitting at like 40. So, not too much different. Anyways, let's just get into it and see what he's got. Come on, inventory, there we go. Alright, so I thought he had 3 GLs. I only see 2. Ooh, 7 million power. Man, this is kind of weird to review this. I'm only 2 million stronger than him. Like, that ain't that much. Galactic letter. Okay, Ray, that's funny. It's only funny because I just unlocked Ray recently too, and my Ray's also gear 12. She's actually super close to Relic for me though, but still, it's kind of funny to see that. So, I guess as far as your GLs go, Kylo, great choice. C sucks. I get it. Sith are cool. Like, that's why I wanted to go after C. And on paper, he seems cool. Like, when he goes ultimate, he does that big move that kills whoever was deceived and linked together and all this, but A, he takes a long time to get ultimate, and B, once he finally goes ultimate, then he stands around for a minute, and then you can, half the time I've had to see that was my opponent that got to ultimate status with a full bar of health and never took a turn, so I was able to just kill him. Like, he went ultimate, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna get destroyed, and nope, we killed him, because he just stands there. So he's a very disappointing, frustrating GL, but regardless, it's still a GL, so good for you. As far as Rey, I hate on Rey all the time, only because she's Resistance, and Resistance suck. They suck in the movies. I don't care about them. They suck in the game. There's not very many Resistance that are actually, like, tearing it up. The only time I'm ever happy with Resistance, as I've said before, is with Finn, with his Omicron, and Territory Battles, which you do have his Omicron on there, so that's a great choice. That's the only time Resistance is good. Finn's Omicron tears it up very successfully. Like I've said before, I've had GL teams that I put in there, like General Kenobi squads that go in there and they die, and then a Finn Omicron team goes in and just tears it up. And what do I use? I usually use Finn, Jedi Training Rey, BB-8, R2-D2, and Resistance Hero Finn. That's the team I use, and they tear it up. That's a very good Omicron. So it's the only time that Resistance is good. Otherwise, a lot of these suck. Rose Tico, she's absolute garbage. One of the worst characters in the game. Her and Cup are the two that are being memed all the time. Coruscant Underworld Police, if you're not aware. Where is this? Galactic Republic. Just so you can see Cup. Here he is. This guy. Him and Rose Tico are the two that are most memed because they absolutely suck. They're like a waste of a character, basically, to be in the game. They offer nothing. And then who else in the Resistance sucks? I mean, Veteran Smuggler Chewie, like, he's just there. Amelin Haldo, okay, she's decent for, like, defense and being a tank, but otherwise, that's all she's got to offer. It's like saying the Empire is great because of Royal Guard. I mean, not really. The only time Amelin Haldo's decent is actually now. There's a Datacron out that makes her, like, ridiculously tanky. I actually went up against the team with that, and I was like, what the F is going on? Is there a Datacron or something I didn't pay attention to? So obviously I lost, and then I saw the Datacron, and I was like, okay, what's making this so special? And it specifically targets her. Like, she gets plus 100% health, 100% defense, and all this other nonsense, and yeah, that's the only time she's good, though, with a Datacron. Ray Scavenger. Ray Scavenger's good early game, but now she's kind of useless. She dies way too quickly. She does hit hard, but she dies too quickly as well. She's like a glass cannon. What else? You know, the Safari Brothers, they're okay. I like Finn better than Poe, but there's still nothing that's like, whoa, this is game changing. So anyways, long story short, my whole point is just working on getting Rey is disappointing because the Resistance sucks. But I guess on a more positive note, Rey actually isn't too bad. She is a pretty decent GL, and her leader ability is just for light side characters. It's not really specifically Resistance, so that's good as well. Which is funny because I've seen random teams put with her like a full team of Jawas and they tear it up because of her leader ability. Or what was some other random thing I saw? I think I saw like crappy Jedi, like Jedi Knight Guardian and Jedi Consular and stuff, and they tore it up under her. So there's that at least. Anyways, back to your whole squad now. We talked about the GLs you got. Wampa with the relic, that's a very good choice. The only thing I would say is he's relic 6. Get him to at least 7. I'd say 8. I think mine's relic 8. I'm not sure. If he isn't, I mean to get him there soon. Because he's great in Grand Arena with this Omicron. I mean, that's really the only place you'd ever use him. Actually, one other place I do use him is in territory battles. Ironically enough, I use him under a Kylo lead, and it works out very well. The whole team around them dies, but Kylo and Wampa are the only two that I have alive after, and they end up winning. But that's in the Rise of the Empire territory battles. It's kind of just like a weird application-specific situation, but it works good. But anyways, under normal circumstances, you're really only using this guy in Grand Arena, so you might as well just make sure you get yourself a solid win by getting him as relicked up as possible. Anyhow, what else we got going on here? I see Jedi Knight Revan. He's only relic 3. You might want to get him stronger. Jedi Knight Revan is pretty good. And I use him under Jedi Master Luke, which you don't have yet, but still, he's still a good option. You could use him under like Jedi Knight Luke, and he's just a great addition to your squad. A, his moves, and B, he also has that savior move, so when somebody dies, they come back. Pretty solid, but relic 3 is not solid enough. What else we got going on here? Ooh, General Kenobi, relic 5, definitely should be higher, at least 7. Get him to at least 7. Again, a solid character. Geez, Han Solo, also a solid character for your Rebels. Let's see what you got going on with Rebels. Oh, man. Ooh, your Rebels are not getting too much love here. Okay, first off, you have the Omicron on Hera, which is a great choice. I do think her Omicron's very good. But it looks like all of your Phoenix are just sitting at relic 3 or whatever that said. 5, 3... Hold on, where's the P's? Yeah, they're all sitting at relic 3. Get them stronger. for sure. At least for Relic 5. Jeez. That'll really help out with that Omicron. Otherwise, right now, it's kind of a waste. You got a pretty cool Omicron that's not able to do too much. And then I see you have Captain Rex. Unfortunately, he's only 4-star, and it takes forever to get him up. But definitely have him on, like, your farming priorities. Because then he's going to be even better under Hera. He really does turn around the Phoenix squad from being like an average, being like a great early game team / average to crappy late game team to being a pretty decent late game team as well. Anyways, back to the Rebels. CLS is a pretty solid team to have for like Grand Arena or anything like that, but all of your core characters are kind of weak. CLS, Chewie, 3PO, Han, and 3PO and Chewie. Those are like your core CLS team. And they're not Relic 7 minimum. Get them all to at least Relic 7. That's a super solid team to have. I see you have Omicron. I think Princess Leia's Omicron in Division with that works pretty solidly. So maybe your next Omicron, put it on Leia. But then at the same time, again, get these guys more beefy. Relic 3 is not going to do anything for you. They need to at least be Relic 5s, if not better. Mine are Relic 5s, and I plan on getting them to Relic 7, just so I can maximize that Omicron utility. Anything down here that's special you should want to work on? Ooh, Kyle Katarn. He's pretty good. I know I'm not someone who should be able to talk about this because I don't have him 7-star. I haven't worked on him at all, but I know he's decent. I've gone up against him plenty enough times. He's also a requirement for Star Killer, so that's another reason why I am currently working on him. So yeah, make sure you continue that. Anyways, where were we at? Ooh, you have Mandalorian. Mando is pretty good. Actually, Mandalorian Beskar armor is pretty decent, too. I used to not like him at first. I thought he was crap, but now that I use him more often, I see, no, he's actually decent, so I hope they're on your radar to beef up a little more than just Relic 2. Ooh, Phasma's Omicron. That's a halfway decent one. Again, get them higher than Relic 5, though. When I say them, I don't mean just Phasma. I mean the rest of your First Order. Yeah, they're all just like basic Relic 5s and stuff. At least get like the Phasma team up to Relic 7. Like I said, the ones you're going to use with SLKR, who cares? They're going to die right away anyways, makes no difference. But the ones under Phasma, make them beefier. Like for me, I do Phasma, Kylo, Stormtrooper, First Order Executioner, and one of the pilots. To me, it really doesn't make a difference. I just pick one. But yeah, make them all Relic 7. I mean, then again, you're maximizing that Omicron. Anything good? Wow, that's kind of weird to see a Yoda that's only Gear 12 for somebody that's at 7 million GP. I mean, it is what it is. Obviously, you worked on other things, but it's just kind of funny because Yoda's like an early game character to unlock. So he's almost like one of your first Relic characters. Ooh, you put the Omicron on Krennic? Hey, it's your decision, but when I read that, it just sounded like it's absolute crap. Like, a lot of the Omicrons are good because they add some kind of utility to a squad, or they do something to a character that makes them really outstanding, like Wampa's. Krennic's is like something that's only between him and Death Trooper, and it's just kind of stupid. Like, okay, so you're gonna have a full team of 5 characters and only 2 are getting a boost from this? I don't know, I'm not a fan of it. Then again, I don't have it, I never used it. Maybe if I did, I'd be like, whoa, this is actually awesome. They are supposed to be awesome, so who knows, maybe I'm wrong. General Skywalker, I hope you're working on him. That's crazy that he's only at gear, what is this, 10? Not even, gear 9, right? I hope you're actively working on him, otherwise you're wasting a very solid character. Ooh, I like seeing Savage with his Omicron and Trey with her Omicron. Together, they are an insane team in Grand Arena. But, Gear 12 for both, I hope you're trying to work on getting them to Relic status. I do see they only have one piece towards Gear 13, so I hope you're working on that because that'll be super solid for you. Even if the rest of your Sith are Gear 12 in the team that you use, who cares? Those 2 right there will tear it up for you. Yeah, I mean, you got a Nihilist Relic 2, that's good enough, especially under Trey's Omicron. Scion Gear 12, that's exactly what I have. He never dies under a Scion, under a Treya Omicron. And what else could you slip in there? I don't know. Well, you got a bunch of other Sith to choose from, so yeah, at least get them to relic status though, just to really maximize their utility. I mean, Savage at relic 7 with the Omicron is almost strong enough to be able to defeat a C team on his own. I've seen somebody, I think it was Arnold, who put in his Savage and went up against a full C team, killed all of C's grunts, and was able to get C down to, I don't know, a little sliver of health. C barely won, but Savage almost pulled through. Like, that's a pretty solid Omicron. And the thing that works great against C is because C gains ultimate charge by being able to link characters. So when you go in with just one, there's nobody from the link. So he never gains any ultimate charge. So that helps with Savage's Omicron. Anyways, Karth and his Omicron, I don't even know what that does. What's it on? His leader? Older public allies have plus 20% counter chance defense, blah, 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 blah. Huh. Seems like a weird choice, though. They're not even that beefed up. Looks like they're all just gear 12. It kind of seems like a waste at this point. You know, I feel like it's better to put your Omicrons on characters that are actually stronger to begin with, because then it's only making them stronger. I mean, I guess you can argue, well, yeah, at the same time it's making him stronger now that he's weaker. You know, he's only gear 12, but that Omicron gives him a boost. Okay, yeah, but I don't know. It's a better boost when they're already stronger, you know? Let's see. It's kind of funny seeing Hunter and Tech gear 12. It's only funny to me because I have them, but I haven't worked on them, so I just see them like the basic level 1 status. So to see them like gear 12 is weird. Does this imply, though, that you're working towards Lord Vader now? That's a decent option. It's pretty cool. Go after him. Poggle with his Omicron. Is that the one that I think it is? What is Poggle's Omicron? It is... yeah. Genos and Brood. Blah, blah, blah. At the start of battle, on the first time an ally is summoned, Genos and allies gain Genos and Brood until the end of battle. Yeah, I think I have this, but again, with your Poggle being kind of weak, it's semi-useless because it'll be easy enough to kill, which means then that Omicron's kind of like null. Wrecker, I see you're working on him. Again, could go with my theory that you're working on Lord Vader. What else? I see a whole bunch of stuff down here that you worked on, though, but I don't know why. Like I always say to everyone else in the reviews, don't waste your time working on random characters that you're not really going to put full attention into. Like, what's the point of working on all of these? You got a whole bunch of characters that are at, like, gear 8, gear 9, gear 10. You know, not even 7-star. Like, let's take Kelleran Beck. He's only 3-star. What was the point of even working on him for? You got a long ways to go before he has any kind of utility. Even these two. What was the point of working on Gungan Bombardier? You got him to, what, gear... He didn't even upgrade his moves. He's at, like, gear 2 or something. Gear 3. That's kind of pointless. Like, don't waste your time working on characters that you're not actually putting dedication towards. You know, yeah. Like, every time I try to work on characters, I have a goal in mind. It's either I'm working towards a journey guide character, I'm working towards a GL, or I'm working towards just something like a fun project, let's say. Like, maybe when I worked on my Grievous squad. That's not really a requirement for anything, but it's cool to have a strong Separatist droids team. But I have nothing in my lineup like down here. I have nothing like this in my lineup because I feel like that's a waste of time. Why would I work on stuff when they're gonna offer me no utility? Like, let's just take Paz for an example. See, he's only 7,000 power. Like, what's the point? One move by by any relic character, and he's dead. So it's almost like padding your GP, which padding your GP isn't a good move either, because then it's only making the game harder for you. Now when they match you up against Grand Arena opponents or whatever, they see it as, oh, well, you're 7 3/8 million power. So yeah, you can go up against someone that's 8 million GP. You know, you guys are close. When the reality is, all you're playing with is maybe 6 7/8 million GP. You know what I mean? Because none of this down here is bringing any value to you. So this is all just inflating your GP, but it's not actually usable. And then again, there's only, for now, really only 2 GLs to use, because Ray, she doesn't have her ultimate yet, so she's not super solid yet. So again, that guy that has 8 million GP, he might have 4 GLs that are fully beefed up with ultimates and everything. And maybe a full roster of dedicated stuff he worked on, so all relics. So yeah, the computer sees that and thinks, yeah, these are a solid match, but no, they're not, because you're working with this. So yeah, anybody else watching this, just don't aimlessly work on things that you're not really going to put full dedication to. There's no point in it. Anyway, ships, I don't know what to say about ships, because they are what they are, you know what I mean? As long as you've worked on the character, then the ship will benefit. So I guess, though, because you do have Executor as your capital ship, I'll take a look at Bounty Hunter. There they are. Okay. Oh, wow. Alright, so since Executor is your capital ship, I would strongly suggest beefing up Bosk to make that Hound's Tooth way more tankier, and beefing up Mandalorian. I'd say Bosk to Relic 8 and Mandalorian to, well, Beskar Armor Mando to Relic 7, because that ship's pretty good too. Once it's like technically killed the first time, it like revives itself, so you get a little extra utility. So the more health and stuff it has, though, is the longer before it dies, and you know, it's just better. And then Xandu Blood, jeez, you definitely need to get him the relic status. At this point, Relic 5 would be fine enough. At least he's got a lot more versatility than what he's working with now. What does he have? 48,000 power. So that's what I was gonna guess. I don't know what else you put, but I just want to see for what I would put. Oh yeah, so I use the Ebon Hawk as one of my reinforcements. As far as Karth goes, it's fine. He's gear 12. Obviously, it's more ideal to get him beefier, but it's not a direct synergetic ship to the Executor like Xandu Blood is, so I'm not going to say to worry about getting him to relic status, but definitely at least get the dog up to gear 12. Dog being M3 T4 or whatever the heck his name is. I just call him the dog because he reminds me of a dog. T3 M4. Yeah, get him to at least gear 12. That way then they're both decently beefed up enough for this ship. Again, I don't know. Maybe you don't use this ship, so it doesn't even make a difference. I'm just saying what I use. I use that and my other reinforcement only because I'm only 6-star on my Executor. So I only have 2 reinforcements, which I use Plo Koon's ship. Oh, jeez, your Plo Koon ship needs a lot of work. So, if you do use this, yeah, start paying attention to Plo Koon. He's definitely going to need to be relic status because the whole point of him is for heals. So, obviously, the more health and all that he has, or that the ship has, I mean, the better heal it can offer when it comes in. Yeah, let's carry on, though. It doesn't really matter. It's based on what your character's relic statuses are. It's fine, I guess. Let me see what you got for capital ships. Okay. Oh. Okay, so you have Chimera, Executrix, Executor, Finalizer, Radis, Home 1, and Endurance. You don't have what's his name? General Kenobi's ship. Huh. How do you get that? I'm confused. Why do you have Executor, but you don't have General Kenobi's ship? Because I was going to say your Galactic Republic ships kind of suck, but I guess it doesn't matter. You only have the endurance, which the endurance kind of sucks, so whatever. Don't worry about working on these ships for the endurance. Who cares about endurance? I thought you had the negotiator, maybe. That's weird. Where did we get that? I don't remember. I've had it for so long. Is that like a guild event type thing, or how do you not have it? It's even more confusing because you have the executor. Now, I know that's kind of like an individual event, so that's why I'm wondering if the endurance is a guild, like a territory war type prize or something. I don't know. I'd suggest you go for it because, I mean, it is a good capital ship, but at the same time, I mean, you do have the executor, and that's way better, so I suppose it is what it is. Do you have any datacrons? Oh, you do. And they're pretty low level, though. What's this one looking like so far? It's just plus crit damage. Okay. I don't care about datacrons. They're a joke because they only last for 3 months and then they deactivate them on you. So whatever. I just want to see if you had any. Anyways, I can't tell based on your roster if you're working on anything else, though. I can't really tell if you're working on another GL. Like, I'm guessing Lord Vader, but I'm not sure if I'm onto anything with that. I also can't tell if you're working on, like, Dr. Afra or anything like that. One of those individual path characters. The only thing I guessed, because I saw Kyle Katarn, was that you're going after Star Killer, which if you are, that's a pretty cool choice. But I'm not 100% certain. Let me just see something real quick, too. I was just thinking about your Jedi, because I saw General Skywalker. Okay, because I'm thinking if you use like a Jedi Knight Luke team, what do you have? So you could do Luke, Anakin, Kenobi, but you need to get him a little stronger. And then Jedi Knight Revan, same situation, and Hermit Yoda. But what you'd want to do is switch out Anakin for General Skywalker. I mean, it's still Anakin, but General Skywalker's way better. So you could use a Jedi Knight Luke team, Jedi Knight Luke lead with General Skywalker, General Kenobi, Jedi Knight Revan, and Hermit Yoda. And that would be a pretty solid Jedi team, as long as they're beefy enough too, at least all Relic 7 or something. The rest of your Jedi kind of looks like you don't care about Jedi. Let's see them Sith. What you all about? Nah, Sith are... Actually, I already did look at Sith, I forgot. And these are all basically kind of average too. This is just like the requirements for C. I don't know. Anyways, I think that's really all I have to say. I don't think I have too much to talk about this team. So, yeah, that was Derth Nader's team. Qui-Gonets. Looks like he's in the same guild as, I forgot the name of the child. But I'm pretty sure that person was in Qui-Gonets as well. So that's kind of cool. Anyways, I guess that's all I got. So yeah, thanks for checking this out, and until whatever comes next, I said see you then.